Greetings. This is ENS News 1 with a special news report in regard to the brutal murder of young Tyre Nichols. In the first report that was made concerning the beating death by Memphis police officers of Tyre Nichols, the report indicated that 5 police officers were involved in that brutal beating. We were informed later of the identities of the 5 police officers. Well, this weekend, after the video cam, the body cam of the police officer was released, ENS News gave careful perusal of that video, and the footage indicated that there had been an actual 6th officer involved in the brutal beating. In the beginning of the tape, we were able to notice and capture the image of an arm that was bearing a taser, a yellow taser, and a white arm, and the hand that clasped around the taser. The image indicates that there was one hand holding the taser and the other hand over the hand holding the taser. In another image, there was the hand, or rather the left hand, that was pressing down on the body, the upper torso of Tyre Nichols. The hand that was pressing down on the upper torso of Tyre Nichols was very evidently white. There are pictures included in at least 2 reports by ENS News 1 that bear evidence to the racial identity of the police officer that was involved in this beating also. Now, one of the things that ENS News wants to point out, that we want to make it very clear, that while the image of the police officer whose hand was pressing down on Tyre Nichols' upper torso, while that image was showing, there was also the evidence of blood on Tyre Nichols' cheek. That blood and the officer's hand pressing down on Tyre Nichols bears evidence to an involvement in the beating of Tyre Nichols. That police officer was very obviously involved in the beating of Tyre Nichols. From that point, we also see the arm, the forearm, and the wrist of the police officer, and the forearm here, and some portion of the forearm that's bearing still the taser in hand. Okay? The forearm and wrist of the police officer was also white. Now, the question that is unavoidable is, who is it, and how is it that the identity of that particular police officer was not disclosed among the other 5 whose identity was disclosed for the first report? Okay? The other thing is, in these types of incidents, why is it and how is it that police officers bear in mind the idea that when they go to court for their involvement in a murder or death of someone that they are arresting or stopping for a traffic stop, they're given due process? So what is it in the minds of these police officers that they believe that the person that they are brutally beating, the person that they are denying their life's rights, do not have a right to due process? It is the law. These police officers in this instance and several others in the nation have been wrong, and any brutal murder can be avoided by means of arrest, if necessary. According to the information that we've received so far, Tyre Nichols was innocent of doing anything wrong. And he exclaimed, "I didn't do anything." That's what he said. It is absolutely heart-wrenching and horrendous to watch the life of anyone being ripped from them by the selfish, wicked, and evil hatred of police officers. These brutal events, these hate and malicious, demonic even events must be stopped. And the one way they can be stopped is through police reform. And today, I, for one, as the mother of 3 black men, and I have several black male grandchildren, and incidentally, these murders have transpired among children, 7, 9 years old, and some even in school at the hand of police officers. There have also been women who have been brutally murdered by police officers. So what is it that we are saying today about police officers? Are they simply animalistic? Are these people demonized? These are people who were human beings before they became police officers. So what we have to see today is that police officers are retrained, okay? And that the laws must be changed that channel a specific course of action that a police officer is permitted to take during an arrest and other obvious police involvement with society. That is what I have to say today. This is the report for ENS News 1 special report. Thank you for stopping by, and there's more to read in ENS News 1 if you scroll down from this video. Thank you and have a good evening.